Blast semifinals, Liquid OG, Faze G2. 4 best teams are left and only 2 of them will get to the finals. It's Blast Premier World Final 2022. Let's get straight to it. But as always, a quick news digest, because a lot of things can happen even in such tiny periods of time. For example, yesterday we discussed Blade's interview, where he said that Navi will play with nipple in 2023. Well, at least he counts on it. And that means that most likely it was SDY's last tournament in Navi's roster. But Overdrive suggests that this might be not the only roster change. Navi are going on vacations, and who knows what lineup we will see next tournament. In theory, it might have been not only SDY's last competition. The probability is not very high, but it still exists. Personally, I don't really agree with this opinion, because in fact, Navi can change only SDY. You know, Simple is untouchable, and according to what Blade said, Electronic is too, because the team is not even looking for a new captain. Perfecto is pretty stable and good. Beat's playing shape might have downgraded a little, but he's still a decent player. So it seems to me that they won't change anyone except SDY. Friends, and what do you think? Should Navi really have roster changes or not? Write in the comments below. Meanwhile, Navi's preparation for their charity birthday dedicated tournament is in full swing, and they have already announced the lineups. The team of in-game leaders will consist of Tapson, Apex, Glaive, Mezzy, and Snappy. The Opers will include Simple, Zyvu, Device, Wonderful, and Brokey. When will we have the chance to see these legends in the same lineup again? It's clear that the team of Riflers will be very famous too. By the way, SDY is about to play at this tournament, so it turns out that the match at Blast won't be his last in the organization. In general, we are to see something very interesting. In the meantime, replacements are taking place not only in Navi, but also in Valve itself. There is an information that the developer who was engaged in the anti-cheat and VAC has left. He has worked for the company since 2015. I can't tell if this is good or bad. It depends on what he was doing. As we can see, there was no last cheaters in CS, which means either he couldn't cope with his responsibilities or, on the contrary, he restrained them so that their number would not increase. Therefore, we may see some kind of change in Valve's anti-cheat. Another unexpected news is associated with Fnatic. Nikodos recently shared a tweet. Happy to announce I'll play Valorant in 2023. Was a hard decision, but hope you will support me. I love Valorant. And when the chance came to be the 6th man and learn under Boaster once again, I simply couldn't say no. Hope you all will understand with time. Is this a joke, or are we really losing another player? We probably won't know the answer until the next season. As well as the answer to the next question that was asked by Thorin. It's impressive how well m0NESY performed against Simple, Zyvu and their teams in 2022. Now, CSGO has a lot of good players, but m0NESY has to be the one. Perhaps Shiro is playing better at the moment, but it seems that in his peak form, m0NESY will be the strongest player we have ever seen in the game. And now I have some very useful info for you guys. Many of you might still buy games for full price on Steam Market and play CSGO without Prime, meeting cheaters in every match. And I found a solution for you. Zelenka Guru Market. Here you can find certified Steam accounts with purchased games or Prime. It's a huge marketplace, where efficiency and fairness are verified, so you can buy whatever you want with no worries and enjoy. You can trust them. They have reviews, ratings, and even a 12-hour warranty, in case anything happens with your newly acquired account. Regardless if it's EGS, Steam, or any other. The support will answer you ASAP and will return your money if anything happens. There's also a forum where you can participate in games giveaways, discuss any sorts of questions, or simply find like-minded people. You can read reviews, learn people's opinion, and ask which VPN is the best right now. That is, learn anything you want here. Just follow the link in the description and save your own money. Thanks for watching the ad, and let's continue. Well, and now let's talk about the Blast semifinals. OG versus Liquid. We see the same tendency as at the past tournaments. The teams that managed to get into the semifinals and finals are not obvious at all. OG, who won only 2 matches out of 8 before Blast, suddenly reached the semifinals. Many analysts were stating that there will be roster changes soon, but no one thinks so now. Well, Liquid is probably one of the toughest teams right now. Elige even says that this roster is comparable to their goal gold composition. That's a bold statement. Let's see if it's true. And on their overpass, the Americans fail in the attack. No one was able to hit the enemy in terms of shooting, and the score was 11-4 in the first half. After changing sides, Liquid looked better, but taking 4 rounds in attack isn't a very good result, so the guys from OG confidently and unexpectedly win on the opponent's pick. On Inferno, Liquid mentally bounced back and performed a good defense, bringing the game to a comfortable score of 9-6. And in the second half of the game, they demonstrated a pretty decent attack and didn't leave any chances to their opponent. The score is 16-10. On the decisive Anubis, OG failed to show anything at all except a clutch from Dexter.
Real estate, but ends up getting punished. Liquid hold, they win these fights. Just Dexter left to get past, but he's an iron wall at the back of the site. Moving around, kill number 3. Oh! Dexter! Make some noise for him, that is incredible!
Therefore, Liquid with absolute confidence and, well, deservedly, become the first finalists.
Started from a disappointing run at the major, from a 3rd to 4th that I have Blast Premier Bowl Finals.
Liquid has proved again that their team is extremely strong in recent months. The EPL Finals, now Blast Finals. Maybe it's time for them to win trophies again, and OG is still too unstable as a team. Previously, it seemed that they could go further without reshuffles, but now they reached the semifinals, which is not bad to be honest. Let's see what OG will do next. And just a few words from Kinder's interview. Do you want to see Faze in the finals to get your revenge for the group stage? Yes. And also because Nico promised to destroy us with a score of 2-0. I don't want to play against G2 because it looks like they will steamroll us. Do you really believe that? No, I think he just overreacted to my words. It wasn't a big deal. I just criticized his team. I don't really care about it, but I actually didn't quite like it when he decided to go personal. Well, we are waiting for the finals with G2 versus Liquid, since it promises to be quite hot. But first, we have G2 versus Faze. They had already played against each other on the first day of Blast and showed a very close game. I wonder who will draw the right conclusions and become stronger. On Nuke, Faze began to demonstrate good defense right from the start, but at some point, G2 turned on beast mode with their shooting and simply began to destroy the defense, which brought them 6 rounds in attack. In the second half, G2 continued demolishing Faze, but Kerrigan had answered to that. The attack wins a quick round with pistols, and then 3 more rounds, and it's the 14th for Faze. They should have taken the 15th round next, but the guys from G2 win the round with pistols in return, thanks to which they still managed to win on their nuke. On Inferno, the guys from Faze perform a good attack, winning the first half with a score of 11-4. It seemed that G2 wouldn't have a chance to turn things around from such a score, but the impossible is happening, and they show us a great comeback. Everyone was playing to the limit of their abilities, and m0NESY was simply demonstrating some kind of miracles, to say the least. It is obvious that there are no obstacles for the strong-willed guys from G2, and they managed to get into the grand finale.
m0NESY so close. His teammates lean back because they're not even needed. G2 will end this year where they started it, a grand finals. But this is HooXi's G2.
When G2 has Hunter, m0NESY and Nico playing their best, Jax solos the endings, and HooXi is king-making all of this. Such a team can easily break down any other team in the world, even the best. And that's what happened with Faze. And now G2 only have to beat the last boss. And we're not talking about Liquid, but the finals curse. In the last 3 years, G2 made it to the finals a lot of times, but they never won. Maybe their time has come. m0NESY has told in a post-match interview what was the secret to their victories. Unbelievable emotions. HooXi's calls were excellent. When we were playing the attacking side on Inferno, we made a comeback from the score of 4-11. We just kept believing, and that's all. HooXi made calls for all the final rounds, and we believed in each other. We believed in HooXi and his calls. We simply did what he told, and it worked. Kerrigan also praised HooXi. G2 had an excellent game. They read us perfectly. Perhaps we've got a little tired closer to the end of the year. We've had a good game plan for this match, but they caught us by surprise. HooXi made amazing calls. We didn't win, but I'm proud of my guys for this amazing and the best year of my career. We are the best team of the year, definitely. And of course, let's see Nico's interview. They had a great game, but we also had very cool solutions. Cooksey's calls are great, plus we communicated perfectly. Jax played a great match, he helps the team a lot. He's a little nervous at the official games, but I see that he's returning to his best shape. You said in the last interview that you would destroy Liquid with a score of 2-0 next time. Now you'll have the chance, so will you destroy them? I'll do my best. We have a great little trash talk before the final game. And here I wanted to end the video on the positive note. But G2 got into another scandal. And all because after the victory, the team took a picture with the fan who was standing with the Russian flag. Naturally, this very much resulted in a massive backlash on Twitter and other platforms. A large number of people harshly slammed G2 for this act. Here, public opinion was divided mainly into two groups. People from the first group were severely indignant about the fact that they dared to take a picture with the flag of Russia. Those people were demanding to shame and disqualify the team for this. And the second group didn't see anything necessarily bad in it, because G2 just took a picture with the fan. For example, Jonta says that the only way G2 can regain their reputation is to make a public apology, acknowledge the fact that there's an actual war, and maybe make a donation. Simple decided to share his opinion too. He wrote, "Hey G2, there is one piece of shit and 5 players that I have a lot of respect for, but they can easily decide to do this picture or no. This is not special military operation, this is you against evil. It's like in a game, you decide your outcome." Many were waiting for some kind of reaction from Blast. Someone even asked to disqualify G2. At the moment, Blast has not responded in any way, but G2 expressed their position about this photo. The general manager of their organization wrote the following: "While taking pics with the fans in the hotel, a fan posed with the Russian flag, and the pic was taken before we realized. We do not support any war, and we hope everyone sees this as the mistake it was, and not have it take away from the amazing performance of the players today." Well, we'll have to end the video on this note. Another scandal related to G2. Write what you think about it, and we are waiting for the grand finale. See you soon.